All right, guys, we're going to look at lesson 14. This is a this is going to be a lesson that I'm not going to be setting up the board and doing any drawings. I just don't think it will be necessary. However, I would say during the day while you're doing this, if you feel like you need that kind of help, please email me. We can set up a tutoring session. But I feel like this is something you'll be able to kind of see yourself. So to begin with, you need to understand what congruence means. We're beginning to look at congruence. Congruence is a huge concept in geometry. So if you're talking about triangles, for example, congruent triangles are triangles that have the same size and the same shape. Or in other words, basically two triangles are congruent if and only if they can be obtained from the other by a sequence of rigid motions. What rigid motions is if you move something without stretching or shrinking it. So basically, if I have these two triangles, yes, you could say they look different because the side on the upper right is kind of long here. Over here, the side on the upper right is short. So you might look and go, no, those are not the same triangle. But notice if you flip this over to there. So imagine you take point A, flip this so point A goes where point D is. Put point C where point F is, and put B where E is. So literally take this and you flip it over, you'll see that they're the same triangle. What that means, though, is that A is basically the same as D. Or A to B, so segment AB is congruent to segment DE. Or you could say like CA is congruent to FD. So you'll notice that even though it's not, you wouldn't say AC is congruent to FD because you don't just go left to right, left to right. You got to ask yourself, look, A is the corner, you could say at the bottom of the short end. So where's the corner at the bottom of the short end over here? That would be D. So A is the same as D. And then F is the corner at the long end, so is C. So you'd say AC is the same as DF. Okay, so you got to look at it when it's flipped. So use that. I want you to try your best. Try to do 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll go over it with you. So pause, do 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll go over it with you. Okay, AB is congruent to what? So AB. So notice, first off, we're going to the top. B is the same as E. That part's easy. But is A the same as F or the same as D? Well, A is down at the bottom of the short end, not at the bottom of the long end. So A is the short end, D is the short end. So AB is the same as DE. So you want to pick DE for your answer. CA is congruent to what? So CA. So we're going the bottom of the long end. Bottom of the long end would be F. Over to the bottom of the short end. Bottom of the short end is D. So CA is the same as FD. CA is the same as FD. Angle A is congruent to what? Angle A is the angle at the bottom of the short. Angle D, bottom of the short. So angle A is congruent to angle D. Okay, now we're going to look at these two figures. Let's figure out what went where. So this almost flips. So this end goes down. This end goes up. So if you move it, you'll see that this corner right here ends up down here. This corner right here goes up to there. This corner right here goes over to there. You see that? Just imagine taking this, just rotating it, and you scoot it over here and it'd be the same thing. So R is the same as X. S is the same as Y. T is the same as Z. You see how that got flipped? So that means this distance of 15 centimeters applies to this right here, right? The shortest end on the whole thing is the same as the shortest end on the whole thing. Also, I should take time to point this out. This little deal right here, the equal with the squiggly, is not just saying they're equal. This means more. It's saying they're congruent. And when you have RST is congruent to XYZ, that means the angle R is the same as angle X. Okay? Angle T is at the end, so it's the same as angle Z. So look, see how that works? RST is congruent to XYZ. R is going to be the same as X. Notice that. The two longer ends meet at angle R. The two longer ends meet at angle X. S is going to be the same here. Y. So S and Y are the same. That would also mean that, like, for example, side RT would be the same as XZ. RT is the same as XZ. So you can even look at where they're in here to determine. So let's do 4, 5, 6, and 7. So pause it, try 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then I'll go over it for you. Okay, number 4. What is the measure of angle X? So angle X is the same as angle R. You could look at one of two ways. The two long ends meet at angle R. The two long sides meet at angle X. So R and X are the same. Also look right here. What's the first listed? R. What's the first one here? X. Do we know what R is? No. So can we figure out what X is? No. So say not possible. It's not possible to determine measurement of angle X. What about YZ? Can we figure out YZ? The short end, YZ, the short end is 15 centimeters. So these are both the same. So we can say 15 centimeters for YZ. Measurement of angle T. Angle T is the same. It's the last angle here, so the last angle here. T is the same as Z. What do we know Z is? 47. So what's T? 47. So T is 47. Lastly, XZ. XZ right here is the longest side. XZ is the longest side, so that'd be the same as RT. Do we know XZ? You don't know RT? No. So it's impossible to figure anything out there. Not possible. Okay, now 8 through 11. Here's what's weird. You have this whole ABCD, and it's cut in half, and it makes two congruent triangles. Now let's figure out what's the same. Is AB the same as AD? No. Because look, we're talking about the longest side right here, which would be the same as the longest side right here. But AB, is AB going to be the same as DC or CD? Okay, think about it. Is AB the same as DC or CD? Look at what A is. You're talking about the corner cut in half over to the right angle. So AB has to equal, remember, AB, you start with the corner cut in half over to the right angle. So AB is the same as CD. You wouldn't say AB is the same as DC because that wouldn't be the same. DC is talking about going from the right angle to the corner cut in half. So DC is the same as BA. Okay, you see that? It matters, the order. What about AD? AD is the same as corner cut in half down to right angle. So AD, you'd have to go corner cut in half to right angle. So AD is the same as CB. Okay, so let's try this. I want you to do 8, 9, and 10. Oh, and 11. 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. So try it. Press pause, try it, and listen to me go over it. All right. So AB is congruent to what? Angle cut in half, going to the right angle. That's going to be angle cut in half, right angle. So CD. BC is congruent to what? BC. So start at the right angle. DA. So BC is congruent to DA. Angle BAC. Angle BAC. So start at the right angle. So we'll start at the right angle. So we're starting with D. And then go over to where it's cut in half. So go to where it's cut in half, the long way, so C. And then go down the diagonal to A. So BAC is congruent to DCA. BAC is congruent to DCA. Lastly, ACB is congruent to what? So ACB, so we're going to start the angle cut in half. So if we're starting A here, we're starting C. And then, so ACB, so go from the angle cut in half, go all the way across, and then go to the right angle. So let's do it starting on the other side. So we did ACB, that's going to be a congruent. You're going to go CAD. Notice that, start where it's cut in half, go all the way across, and then you go the short way to that, to the right angle. So ACB is the same as CAD. So ACB is the same as CAD. So ACB, we're going to pick CAD, which we have, CAD. All right, so with this, you might want to draw this, but I'm going to do it an even easier way. QR, look right here. It's the second and the third thing in there. So on the next one, pick the second and third. So QR, second and third is HJ. See how easy that can be if you just look at where it's listed in there? Once again, you could draw this and see it, but this little trick is just so easy. GJ, let's get this out of here. GJ, so first and last. So over here, first and last is same as PR. GJ is same as PR. See how easy that is? Angle R. Last, angle R is congruent to angle J. And then angle G is congruent to what? Angle G is congruent to angle P. All right. Let me fix this right now while I'm here. I'm sorry you got to see me edit this on the fly, but I'm just going to do it right here. Use the following image for 16 through 18. All right, so ABC equals DFE. So angle A equals angle D, angle B equals angle F, angle C equals angle E. Side AB is same as DF. Side AC is same as side DE. See how that works? So what is the length of AB? So we could look at it. AB is the shortest out of all the sides. Where's the shortest side here? That would be DF or FD. So 18 inches, so we could pick 18 inches. What you could also do, though, is see AB would be the same as DF. So look for DF right here, 18 inches. What is the only angle in DEF that can be found? So triangle DEF. The only angle we know over here is angle A, and angle A corresponds to angle D. So angle A is 39, so over here angle D is 39. Okay, so what's the only one we can figure out? Angle D. So that's either EDF or FDE. Oh, they're doing this. Angle D. Okay. The angle in number 17, this one right here, how many degrees is it? Well, angle D is the same as this over here, 39. So pick 39 degrees. So 39 degrees is your answer. All right, so hopefully you can see how to use congruent triangles, knowing all parts are equal. So that's how we do this one. Just make sure to email me if you need to get more help than that. And make sure this is done by 5 o'clock.